There's a good chance everyone in this video has someone that makes them want to break out. That was a lame joke, and most of you didn't get it. Just roll the intro. Almost every year, there are multiple players who have shown flashes of potential looking to fulfill it. Today I will tell you who will live up to their potential in 2022. I want to make one thing clear. When I say breakout, I mean they have a much more productive season, not this player will get more recognition this year. I brought that up because that is what I have seen some people describe as a breakout season. So now that we have that out of the way, you should understand what will be talked about in this video. But before we get started, I would like to thank today's sponsor. Are you looking to purchase tickets to a sporting event, whether it is a football, baseball, or basketball game? If so, SeatGeek has the tickets you need. A score ranging from 0 to 10 is provided on each ticket to let you know if it's a good deal or a bad one. You can get $20 off your next purchase with the promo code Charlie Parker as shown on the screen. If you want to learn more about SeatGeek, the link to the website's in the description below. Alright, let's get on with the video. Aaron Rodgers is looking for someone on the Packers to replace Davante Adams as his top target. It could be rookie wide receiver Christian Watson. It could be tight end Robert Tonyan. I think it will be Allen Lazard. Since entering the NFL in 2018, Allen Lazard has been getting better every year. He has also been getting better about not dropping the ball. He's one of the best route runners in the NFL and does very well against man coverage. Allen Lazard should be Aaron Rodgers' top target in 2022 and have his first 1,000-yard season in his career. The Dolphins' offensive line last year was pretty bad, but the one bright spot on that Dolphins offensive line was Robert Hunt. In 2020, he only had 722 offensive snaps, allowed 3 sacks, and had 8 penalties. I want to tell you more about his season, but PFF won't let me see his other stats without paying $40 a month. No other website has his 2020 stats, so I have to assume based off his PFF grade, he wasn't that good in 2020. Fortunately, I found his 2021 stats. His numbers aren't impressive, but he made huge improvements in the last 7 games of the season, being much better about not letting his quarterback get pressured and committing fewer penalties. With Robert Hunt making improvements and already being good about not letting his quarterback get sacked, I expect a Pro Bowl-like season from him in 2022. Gabriel Davis doesn't get targeted enough. In 2020, he finished 3rd on the team behind Cole Beasley and Stephon Diggs in targets with 62. In 2021, he finished 5th in targets with 63 behind Dawson Knox, Emmanuel Sanders, Cole Beasley, and Stephon Diggs. For every time Gabriel Davis touches the ball, he has been very productive and a solid weapon for Josh Allen. With Cole Beasley and Emmanuel Sanders no longer on the Bills, I expect Gabriel Davis to get more targets in 2022 and have the best season of his career. Jeudy has been a solid wide receiver in his 2-year career so far. However, if you look at his year-to-year statistics, it doesn't seem like that he has been a consistent wide receiver and is regressing. But these numbers don't tell the whole story. He was much better at not dropping the ball in 2021 and became a better target. He is one of the best route runners in the NFL and gets a good amount of separation. So why hasn't he had the best numbers if he is such a good route runner? The problem is that Drew Lock and Teddy Bridgewater aren't necessarily the best quarterbacks to have throw to you. It also doesn't help that you have Vic Fangio as your head coach. The Broncos fixed those problems by hiring Packers offensive coordinator Nathaniel Hackett as their new head coach and trading for Russell Wilson. Jeudy should have a very productive season for the Broncos and show the NFL world that he is a great wide receiver. As I said in my Kayvon Thibodeaux video, Aiden Hutchinson has a very high floor. He has NFL-ready finesse moves, or as I like to call them, hand-fighting techniques. NFL-ready power, explosiveness, burst off the line, run defense, speed, and athleticism. He won't have an easy transition into the NFL right away, but he should be able to pick things up quickly and compete for Defensive Rookie of the Year. Okwuegbunam was one of my favorite prospects heading into the 2022 draft. He is a pretty good pass blocker, a great run blocker, has great techniques, pretty good power, amazing balance, and good athleticism. Just like Aiden Hutchinson, he won't have an easy transition into the NFL in his rookie year, but I think he will have an outstanding rookie season to show the NFL world how great he is, as Tristan Wirfs did in his rookie season. It is never easy for anyone to transition into the NFL in their first year. This is especially true for Penei Sewell, one of the top offensive line draft prospects in recent years. He did not have an easy time getting adjusted into the NFL right away, but as the season progressed, so did Sewell. During the second half of his rookie season, he showed improvement. He was much better at not letting Jared Goff get pressured and sacked. Didn't really improve much with penalties, but he should be able to clean that up in his second year. He only had one penalty in college. I don't think he'll commit that many penalties again. We should see the Penei Sewell we all expected to see in 2022. Trevor Lawrence's rookie season was not one to remember. These numbers are not encouraging for the best quarterback draft prospect since Andrew Luck, but not everything was his fault. He did not have the best supporting cast. His receivers didn't catch the ball very well, he didn't get the best protection from his offensive line, and Urban Meyer did a terrible job preparing him for the NFL. The supporting cast around Lawrence has gotten a little bit better, but not that much different. Christian Kirk, Zay Jones, and Brandon Scherff were acquired by the Jaguars, but there are still some holes on that Jaguars offensive line, and signing Evan Ingram isn't going to stop the drop problem the Jaguars have. But I am confident in Trevor Lawrence having a breakout season because of his new head coach, Doug Peterson. He has a good history of developing quarterbacks. With good coaching, Lawrence should be able to prove to people that he is still the quarterback they all expected him to be. Another rookie quarterback that had a season to forget, although I don't think it is all Justin Fields' fault. Matt Nagy never had a good game plan surrounding Justin Fields and threw him into the fire, and his teammates didn't help out much. Unfortunately, the Bears did not do much to improve the team around Fields. They let Allen Robinson and James Daniels walk and replaced them with N'Keal Harry and Lucas Patrick. The Patrick signing isn't terrible, but none of these moves helped Justin Fields. The Bears didn't improve the team around Fields, so why is he even in this video? The reason he is in this video is I think the new coaching staff will help Fields out a lot. The Bears may have hired a defensive-minded head coach in Matt Eberflus, but they did hire Packers passing game coordinator Luke Getsy, who should help Fields out a lot. Nagy never really took advantage of Fields' mobility in the passing game, only calling 19 rollout plays, something Fields has had huge success with. We don't know what Luke Getsy's offense looks like, but based on what some players have said, it sounds like he is utilizing Fields' legs more than Nagy did. Fields is a talented enough quarterback to not let bad teammates get in his way. Sure, the Bears won't be that good in 2022, but they will win some games they should win because of Fields. This will be the year Justin Fields proves some people wrong. I released a video a while ago talking about why I like Kayvon Thibodeaux. Just in case you don't want to watch an 8-minute video about him, I'll go ahead and sum it all up. I think he is the best defensive prospect from the 2022 draft, and he will make a name for himself in his rookie season. He is 100% ready for the NFL. He has great hand-fighting techniques, pretty good power, elite explosiveness, great burst off the line, and a very high motor. He is pretty fast and athletic. He and Aiden Hutchinson will be competing against each other for the Defensive Rookie of the Year award. It will be a very close battle between the two. I was so close to not having Zach Wilson on this video. His numbers from his rookie season were awful, and I never had high hopes from him when he entered the 2021 draft. But those awful numbers aren't all his fault. Last year, the Jets suffered a lot from injuries. 31 players at one point in the season were placed on the injured reserve, which included 14 offensive players. Thanks to those injuries, Zach Wilson received terrible support from his team. His receivers dropped a lot of his passes, and his offensive line had a hard time protecting him. Luckily, most players that missed time are returning this year fully healthy, and the Jets did everything they could to give him a better supporting cast, signing guard Laken Tomlinson, tight end CJ Usama and Tyler Conklin, and drafting Garrett Wilson, Jeremy Ruckert, and Breece Hall. I forgot to mention earlier that Zach Wilson missed some time due to injury. He showed a bit of improvement when he returned. If you watch his film, you can see that he improved in making pre-snap adjustments, which was something he struggled with to begin the year. With him not dealing with any injuries, having a healthy and improved supporting cast, and being more adjusted to the NFL, he should make a name for himself this year, although I think he might have done that already this offseason. During his rookie season, Pat Freiermuth was a reliable target for Ben Roethlisberger. He showed how good he was with the ball every time he was targeted. Considering Freiermuth's 7 touchdowns and his passer rating when targeted, you could say he broke out already, but the other numbers don't indicate that it was a breakout season. But I have a feeling that Kenny Pickett will most likely want someone to force feed the ball, a guy that is guaranteed to make something happen when he is targeted and doesn't often drop the ball. Freiermuth is that guy for Pickett. I have a gut feeling that Freiermuth Freiermuth will be one of the few tight ends in 2022 to have at least 1,000 yards receiving. This will be the year of Pat Freiermuth. Last year, Tryon-Shoyinka made an impact on the Bucs defense. These numbers don't look overly impressive, but they are more impressive when you find out that he was only on the field 49% of the time. He did not get much playing time because Jason Pierre-Paul was still around, but the Bucs have yet to bring back Jason Pierre-Paul, and it looks like the chances of him coming back are very low. I expect way more playing time for Tryon-Shoyinka in 2022 now that Jason Pierre-Paul has left. And with the season he had under 50% playing time, he will have a more productive season in 2022 with him being a starter. Jeudy isn't the only player that will benefit from the Russell Wilson trade. In fact, I would say Alberto will benefit the most from it. The Russell Wilson trade involved Noah Fant, who was getting more playing time than Alberto, which leaves him as the starting tight end for the Broncos. He didn't get targeted much in his first 2 years, but he did the most with the ball whenever he was targeted. In 2021, Alberto had the highest yards after catch per reception among tight ends, 5th among any player that wasn't a running back. Russell Wilson has always targeted tight ends heavily. I don't see that changing in Denver, especially with Alberto as his tight end. This will be the year people will know Alberto's name. Well, they'll know who he is, they just won't know how to pronounce his last name. I've always been a big fan of Rashod Bateman when he was at Minnesota and thought of him as a top 5 wide receiver of the draft in 2021. He did not prove me right in 2021 with him not getting a lot of targets and not doing the most with his chances. But with Hollywood Brown getting traded to the Cardinals, Bateman should not only be the primary wide receiver for Lamar Jackson, but the primary target. Yes, I think he'll be a better target than Mark Andrews. He will prove that he is a much better player than he looked in 2021. I see him having a 1,000-yard and 10+ touchdown season for the Ravens. And that is every player I think will break out in 2022. Hopefully everyone I talked about in this video can prove me right. If not, I still hope they can contribute in some way to their teams. Hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you later. Peace.